I don't want people around me.
At exactly 2:13 a.m., CEO Daniel Whitmore publicly humiliated an old hospital cleaner in front of doctors, nurses, and terrified patients. But 7 hours later, the same woman would leave behind one secret capable of destroying his billion-dollar empire forever. And when Daniel finally discovered who she really was, he collapsed to his knees crying in the same hallway where he once treated her like trash. Because the poor old woman he mocked was the reason he was still alive. And her final revenge? It was completely silent. No screaming, no violence, just one heartbreaking truth that turned one of the richest men into a broken janitor overnight. Daniel Whitmore was one of the richest men in New York. His face appeared everywhere: magazines, interviews, giant billboards downtown. People admired his success. But behind closed doors, Daniel had become cold-hearted, especially toward poor people. To him, poverty was embarrassing, weak, a reminder of the life he escaped. That rainy day, Daniel arrived at St. Augustine Hospital to announce a massive partnership deal worth nearly $80 million. Cameras followed him everywhere while hospital executives treated him like royalty. Then, everything changed in one terrible moment. Martha accidentally pushed her cleaning cart too close to Daniel while rushing around a crowded hallway. Dirty water splashed lightly onto his expensive shoes. Daniel exploded instantly. "Are you blind?" he shouted. The hallway went silent. Martha lowered her head immediately. "I'm sorry, sir, it was an accident." But Daniel wasn't finished. "You people always ruin everything," he snapped loudly. "This hospital is supposed to look professional, not like a homeless shelter." Several nurses looked horrified. One young nurse named Elena Brooks stepped forward carefully. "Sir, she didn't mean—" "Stay out of it," Daniel barked. Martha quietly reached for a towel to clean his shoes herself. That's when Daniel grabbed her wrist aggressively, and the entire hallway watched the heartbreaking humiliation unfold. But Martha never insulted him back. Instead, she whispered those painful words. "I prayed you would become a better man." Then she walked away silently. And somehow, that silence disturbed Daniel more than yelling ever could. 3 hours later, Daniel stood smiling during a television interview inside his penthouse office. Then his phone rang. His lawyer sounded terrified. "Daniel, we have a disaster." Daniel rolled his eyes. "What now?" "The federal government froze several company accounts tonight." Daniel's smile disappeared. "What are you talking about?" Before the lawyer could answer, Daniel's assistant burst into the office pale with fear. "Sir, every news channel is reporting financial crimes connected to Whitmore Industries." Daniel grabbed the remote immediately. His blood turned cold. Breaking news headlines flooded every screen. Secret documents expose Billionaire CEO. Money laundering investigation begins. Investors abandon Whitmore Industries. Daniel couldn't breathe. No, this can't be happening." But it got worse. Investors started withdrawing millions overnight. Executives resigned publicly. Social media exploded with hatred against him. And somehow, the leaked evidence included private details only somebody connected to Daniel's hidden past could possibly know. By sunrise, his empire was collapsing in real time. And for the first time in his life, Daniel Whitmore felt powerless. 2 days later, Daniel returned secretly to St. Augustine Hospital wearing a black hoodie and sunglasses. His reputation was already ruined. People online now called him a monster. As he walked nervously through the same hallway, he spotted Nurse Elena again. This time, she didn't smile at him. She looked disappointed, broken. Daniel swallowed hard. "Where's the old cleaner?" he asked quietly. Elena's expression changed instantly. "You really don't remember her, do you?" Daniel frowned in confusion. Remember who? Elena slowly reached into her pocket and handed him an old photograph. The second Daniel saw it, his legs nearly collapsed. The photo showed a terrible car accident from 25 years ago, a wrecked, burning vehicle, a bleeding little boy wrapped in a blanket, and beside him, a younger Martha Haves crying while holding him tightly. Daniel's hands started shaking violently. "Elena," he whispered. The nurse's eyes filled with tears. "When your parents died in that crash," she said softly, "Martha ran into the fire and carried you out herself seconds before the car exploded." Daniel's heartbeat stopped. "She saved your life." The hallway suddenly felt smaller, colder. Daniel stared at the photo in horror. "No." Elena nodded slowly. "She never told you because she didn't want money. She only wanted to see you grow into a kind man." Tears filled Daniel's eyes for the first time in years. Then Elena delivered the final blow. "Martha passed away yesterday morning." Daniel froze completely. "What?" "She had stage 4 cancer," Elena whispered. "She was cleaning hospital floors to pay for treatment." Daniel looked like he couldn't breathe anymore. But Elena wasn't finished. "The documents exposing your crimes," she continued quietly, "Martha mailed them to authorities before she died." Daniel stared at her in shock. 6 months later, Whitmore Industries officially collapsed. Daniel vanished completely from billionaire society. No more interviews, no more luxury cars, no more bodyguards. But every night, workers inside St. Augustine Hospital noticed something strange. A quiet janitor silently cleaning empty hallways after midnight, mopping floors, taking out trash, helping elderly patients into wheelchairs, without cameras, without pride, without speaking much. Most people never recognized him, except Nurse Elena, who once overheard the former billionaire whisper softly while staring at Martha's old cleaning cart parked in storage. "I'm sorry you saved me too early." Moral lesson: never look down on people because of their poverty, appearance, or job title. Sometimes the people you disrespect today are the same people who sacrificed everything for you yesterday. Kindness costs nothing, but cruelty can destroy everything. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And remember, silent revenge hurts the most when it comes from someone who once truly loved you.